Hey everyone, Steve Buonaugurio here with your parenting mastermind tip of the day. Screw consistency. All right, now some of you are probably wondering, wait a minute, what does he mean screw consistency? All the professionals, all the experts, all the psychologists, all the human development specialists say that consistency is really important. Oh, we must give them consistency. Comblistancy. Now listen, the question that we need to ask ourselves is, what do they mean by consistency? And in what area of their lives do we need to be most consistent? And we need to prioritize it. So, let me give you the most important example. What good is it if you're consistent with the way you quote-unquote discipline if you're not consistent with your emotional state? In other words, the most important thing we need to be consistent with our children as parents is our own emotional states. So if one day you're cranky, and the next day you're angry, and the next day you're depressed, and the next day you're loving, that's no good. Or in one day, hey guys, let's get in the shower. Guys, I said get in the shower. Guys, get in the shower right now. Come on, what's wrong with you? That's not consistent. So it's always going to be more important to be emotionally more consistent than anything that the kids do. And believe me, in Waldorf philosophy, and look it up if you haven't already looked it up. Go ahead and look up Waldorf, Rudolf Steiner. There's a lot of great information that you can learn from him. But in Waldorf, both my kids are in a Waldorf school, and one of the things they talk a lot about is rhythm. And rhythm is really important, right? But think about it. Rhythm is different than consistency. Rhythm is different than consistency. So, in other words, a good song isn't consistent. That would mean it begins with the same, the whole song. That would be a pretty boring song. If you think about it, the best songs are songs that maybe start off slow, then crescendo, get a little faster, boom, and run, like jam into some rock and roll, and then change up. But there's a rhythm. And when you're in those periods of time, that rhythm might be consistent. But we're not talking like overall consistency. So I'm encouraging you to begin to think differently about that word consistency, because so many parents that I work with are so stressed out and stress themselves out about, well, everyone says we need to be consistent, so it's 7 o'clock, they need to get to bed. And since I said it, I need to be consistent and make sure it happens by 7 o'clock. That is not consistency. That is not consistency. Especially if your emotion, especially if you get stressed out about it. So again, I'm just going to end it at this. Think about this. There is nothing more important than you can do for your children when it comes to that consistency word than to be consistent in your heart. Be consistent in the way you speak to them. Be consistent in the emotion that they see in you. Be consistent in how you treat them. That's step one. If you master that, then we can talk about being consistent with following up with what you say and do and all that other stuff, and bedtime and, sleeping in their bed. No, sleep in your bed, not my bed. Then we can talk about that stuff. But first and most importantly, address being consistent with how you are feeling when you're around your kids, with how you communicate to them, with how you love them, with how you treat them. That makes a difference. That is what they really need the most from us. And try that out for a while. See what happens. Anyway, God bless. Have an amazing day, an amazing week, amazing month, an amazing 2013. And if you like this tip, then check out some of the other tips, or get to one of my workshops, or come to one of my classes. And I look forward to meeting you. Be a masterful parent. We'll talk to you later.